of battle, sing to the clashing of steel, till all the mountains lie broken and bleeding from wounds that no magic can heal. Go, my child, to Skyrim.
Come on, Anamla. We'd best be on our way. We should call the horses over. At some point, I should check in at the shrine to Talos that's over here, but not today. Not if there's any chance of leading the Thalmor there. Besides, we've already spent too much time infiltrating this place. I almost wonder if we should have, but I couldn't leave Thorald here. Not after I saw what they did to that prisoner that they were holding in the embassy. We'll just have to hope that with the two of us, we'll be able to move more quickly than whatever Thalmor will go looking for this Esbern fellow in Riften. We'll have to hope that they'll need more time to organize than we do. And that we can travel the quickest route. Whatever that is. Let's see. It looks like there's a road south from here. But all the roads lead through Dragonbridge, which could be a problem. That would be a perfect site for a Thalmor ambush. Well, hopefully we can cross in the night. And perhaps we'll be able to find another crossing place before the bridge. Doesn't look likely, but we can at least search around a bit, see if we can find something. Maybe up here? I don't know. Either way, we have to go south. So let's be on the lookout for a road leading off to the right. It should be somewhere up here. Is that it? No. This should be it. I don't suppose I need my lantern anymore. And it looks like the snow is starting to ease off a little bit. Which means we'll be a little bit easier to track, too. No, Animal, we don't have time for that. We need to get going. Well, this looks ominous. Something bad happened here. Oh. That's all? Must have been wolves, I suppose. Alright. This way, I think.
This doesn't concern me.
What doesn't concern us? Hmm? sorry, Garm. Well, that's a few fewer Thalmor in the world. I wonder if they were out looking for us. I think I'd better check my map. Yes, this is the right way. And then we'll have to turn left soon. If I can actually see where the path is. Does this even count as a path? I don't think so. Hold on. Well, we're sort of going in the right direction. Ah! I heard a voice. Sorry, Garm. Wait. Don't. Leave her alone, Garm. She's just a hunter. Garm, follow me. Well, now we're off the path again. This way? This way. Ow. Alright. I don't know that it's strictly necessary to stick to the path, but I have the feeling that I'm going to get us even more lost if I don't. See, I have no idea where we are at this point. Except... ah. There's Dragon Bridge. This is not the way to get down there. This is why I stick to the roads as much as possible. Under normal circumstances, anyway. I think I might be totally lost at this point. I mean, I know roughly where we are, but I don't know how to get around. This way? Oh, this might be it. It's looking a lot more promising in any case. Yes, I think this is the way. Where are you going, Anamla? Oh, was it another wolf? Wolves I'm not worried about. Though there do seem to be quite a few of them around here. Alright, let's start looking for a crossing. Like that. Though I don't know if we can get the horses across. If we're very careful, we might be able to do it. Okay, Bera, you ready to try this? We'll just go nice and slow. Nice and slow. And don't look down. Steady. Steady. Almost there. Ah, got it. And it looks like Garm got across too. Anamla? Whoa. Anamla, maybe you'd better go back around the other way. If you cross the bridge, you won't be suspicious. Or at least not as suspicious as I would be if they're looking for me. I don't think they're aware of you at this point. So why don't you cross over there and meet me on the other side? We'll try and stay off the road as much as possible from this point on. At least until we get a bit more distance from this hold. Alright, is Anamla coming? I don't see her. Oh! You managed to get across anyway. Nicely done. I wasn't sure your horse was going to make it. Alright, let's keep going. Hold back a bit. Let's just let that woman get a little further ahead. Hopefully she won't notice us. Though there doesn't seem to be any Thalmor activity over here. At least not that I can see. That's a relief anyway. Let's see if we can get through over here. It's a bit rough, but I think the horses can handle it. At this point, we should probably start looking for a good camping spot. Looks like somebody else was already thinking the same thing. Is there anyone here? Well, it looks empty. But the campfire's still smoking. Anamla, get over to this side of the river. Whoever was here could be back at any moment, so we'd better move on. Don't worry about the mud crab. Let's get a little bit more distance and Still, keep an eye out for a place to camp. Actually, except for the saber cat, this looks like it might be a good place. It's off the road. Are you really that hungry for mud crab legs? Look, let's set up camp from here. We should be at least a little bit hidden. I don't think this is a very well-traveled stretch of road, though I could be wrong about that. Anyway, I don't think anyone will bother us here. Okay. This looks like a nice flat spot. Flat enough, anyway. Alright. Now, I don't think we should risk a campfire tonight. Though I am going to light my lantern for a little bit. Because I think before I sleep, I'd like to do a little bit of reading. There are more documents that I haven't read yet. Let's see. Let's take a look at what they have to say about Delphine first. Status: active. Capture or kill. High priority. Emissary level approval. Description: female. Breton. Mid-50s. So she's a bit older than my mother, though she looks younger. Background: Delphine was a high-priority target during the First War for both operational and political reasons. She was directly involved in several of the most damaging operations carried out by the Blades within the Dominion. She had been identified and was slated for the initial purge, but by bad luck was recalled to Cyrodiil just before the outbreak of hostilities. During the war, she evaded 3 attempts on her life, in one case killing an entire assassination team. Since then, we have only indirect evidence of her involvement, or of her movements, as she has proven extremely alert to our surveillance. That's her paranoia at work. I suppose she has good reason for it. She should be considered very dangerous, and no move against her should be made without overwhelming force and the most careful preparation. You know, I'm glad she's on our side. If even the Thalmor are afraid of her. Operational notes. She is believed to still be working actively against us within Skyrim, although we have no location on her. Assumed to be working alone, not anymore, as no other Blades are known to be active in Skyrim, and she has in the past avoided contact with other fugitive Blades for her own security, one of the reasons she has so far evaded elimination. Her continued existence is an affront to all of us. Any information on her whereabouts or activities should be immediately forwarded to the third emissary. Well, that's good at least. They have no idea where she is, except somewhere in Skyrim. Let's try and keep it that way. Alright. I'm also very curious to see why they have a document on Viarmo. It's a bad sign. An Altmer of relatively high status living in the capital of Skyrim. He's always been friendly towards us, but I don't know, perhaps he can't be trusted. Especially considering he asked me to make notes on what I heard going on in the court of the Jarl of Riften the last time I was there. It's a bad sign. Well, let's see what the Thalmor have on him. Status: liability. Uncooperative. Well, that's a relief anyway. High priority. Emissary level approval. Description: Headmaster of the Bard's College in Solitude, Altmer, male, 40s. Younger than I thought he was. Background: we have reason to believe that Viarmo has access to information from officials in the highest levels of government throughout Skyrim. An operation in which an agent planted false information confirmed that he sells these secrets to both the Imperial Army and to the Stormcloaks, perhaps to Ulfric himself. So he's playing both sides, but not working for the Thalmor. At least if I can believe that uncooperative status. We have not been able to confirm the method by which he obtains his information, but we believe it may be through his ties with other bards at the college who entertain in the courts of Skyrim's Jarls. I believe they may be right about that. Until the suspicion can be disproved, all agents are directed to be on guard in the presence of wandering minstrels. So it's a good thing that I didn't go into the embassy pretending to be the entertainment. That could have gone very badly. Operational notes. Agents should not directly contact Viarmo or any of his suspected accomplices under any circumstances. An operation is ongoing to convert Viarmo into an asset for his homeland, whereby he would provide us access to his information network and assist us in counterintelligence activities. The operation thus far has not been successful, and the subject remains stubbornly uncooperative. Good for him. However, the potential benefit of the network he has created is significant enough that the emissary has declared that he be allowed to live for the time being, so that further attempts can be made to persuade him. Allowed to live for the time being. On the one hand, this is giving me ample reason not to trust him, and not to give him any more information than necessary. On the other hand, perhaps he should be warned. It looks like the Thalmor are considering taking him out if he continues to be uncooperative. I'll have to give that some thought. I mean, if he's selling secrets to both sides, then perhaps he's gonna get what's coming to him, but on the other hand, he's not a Thalmor spy. And that is definitely a point in his favor. I don't know. Now, one more document. This one on Ulfric. Whatever is in here, I should report back to him about it. He needs to know whatever it is that the Thalmor have on him, in case they have something that they can try to use to their advantage. He can be prepared. Well, let's see. Status? Asset. Uncooperative. Asset? So they are trying to use him in some way. Dormant. Emissary level approval. What does that mean? Description: Jarl of Windhelm, leader of Stormcloak Rebellion, Imperial Legion veteran. Background: Ulfric first came to our attention during the First War against the Empire. The First War. So they're planning another. No surprise there. When he was taken as a prisoner of war during the campaign for the White Gold Tower. Did I know that he had been taken prisoner? No? Mother never told me about that. I don't think he ever mentioned it either. He did talk about being a prisoner of the Empire for some time, but a prisoner of war. Under interrogation, we learned of his potential value, son of the Jarl of Windhelm, and he was assigned as an asset to the interrogator, who is now First Emissary Elenwen. Lovely. Why does it not surprise me that she was once a torturer? He was made to believe information obtained during his interrogation was crucial in the capture of the Imperial City. The city had, in fact, fallen before he had broken, and then allowed to escape. After the war, contact was established, and he has proven his worth as an asset? That can't mean what I think it means. He would never help them, not willingly. The so-called Markarth incident was particularly valuable from the point of view of our strategic goals in Skyrim, although it resulted in Ulfric becoming generally uncooperative to direct contact. I think I need to do a little bit more research about what happened at the Markarth incident. Are they trying to say that he did that because they asked him to? No, this is impossible. That perhaps they manipulated him somehow, but generally uncooperative to direct contact. Operational notes. Direct contact remains a possibility under extreme circumstances, but in general the asset should be considered dormant. As long as the Civil War proceeds in its current indecisive fashion, we should remain hands off. The incident at Helgen is an example where an exception had to be made. Obviously, Ulfric's death would have dramatically increased the chance of an Imperial victory, and thus harmed our overall position in Skyrim. So they're working with the Empire, but they don't want the Empire to win? Note: the coincidental intervention of the dragon at Helgen is still under scrutiny. The obvious conclusion is that whoever is behind the dragons also has an interest in the continuation of the war, but we should not assume, therefore, that their goals align with our own. A Stormcloak victory is also to be avoided, however, so even indirect aid to the Stormcloaks must be carefully managed. The Thalmor are aiding the Stormcloaks? This can't be right. This has to be... They have to be manipulating Ulfric somehow. He would never help them. Not if he knew that he was helping them. I have to tell him about this. I have to tell him that they're using him. But would he believe it? This is... I don't know what to make of this. I'm going to need to give this a lot of thought before I go back to Windhelm.